join Lawyer Ed as he explains the last wishes of Aunt Ella to Katie, the new owner of Aunt Ella's farm.
Oh, yeah, Officer Dave, yes, yeah. No, I know you're trying to line up another blind date, but Officer Dave, I only got one girl who works at this dating service who's blind, yeah. And she doesn't want it, no more. She said no more. So I'll make maybe 400 or 500 phone calls and see if maybe I can line up another date for you. Does she have to be blind? Yeah, okay, all right, good. All right, good, well, all right, I'll give you a call when I get that done, all right? Thanks a lot. Well, as I mentioned to you on the telephone, your Aunt Ella's will is very, very specific.
Well, I'm delighted, and by the way, please call me Katie.
Katie?
I have to tell you, that Aunt Ella is so special to me, she was, and that my summers on her farm are so precious.
Well, Katie, I don't know if you realize it, but your Aunt Ella and I were very, very close.
Close?
Yes. Well, we were engaged to be married about 70 years ago.
70? Well, just how old are you, Lawyer Ed?
Well, my memory is pretty good, but I remember when I was 13, they invented water. And when I was 9, I can remember them inventing dirt.
So you're of the mud era?
Yes. You know, that's how the dinosaurs got the tracks, you know? Yeah, I was there. I think one of my pets was one of those lifted tracks. I was born in 1912.
Okay, so 1912. Wait a minute, 1912?
Let me take my shoes and socks off. We'll do the math. No.
Wait, that means you're 96 years old?
I keep fit. I eat well, exercise, and I've had a little bit of work done. It helps me in the courtroom.
Well, you don't look a day over 60.
Yeah, it helps me when I go to court. It helps a lot.
Does it really? Well,
yeah.
You must have a very good plastic surgeon on retainer at every moment.
Yes, I do. He's close, just a speed dial away. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
As I was saying, Ella and I, we were engaged to be married.
Married?
Yes.
She never mentioned that.
Well, we tend to keep those things to ourselves, which are most painful. Oh. You see, the vows were never spoken.
So you never actually married then?
Well, you see, I wanted Hollywood, and Ella, she wanted Sweet Swine County. So we were star-crossed lovers, destined to live apart.
So this is why Aunt Ella never married, isn't it?
She carried the torch for the old Edsel for 70 years plus.
So did you ever marry?
Well, it took me 40 years before I met my first wife, Ella Louise.
Your first wife?
Well, I met her on the train coming to Sweet Swine County, and we had 14 magical days.
14 days?
Magical days. Magical, you know. A lot of people, they're married for an eternity, 6 months, and they have no magical days. And one day there was a knock at the door. The federal marshals were there, and they grabbed Ella Louise, held her down on the ground, put handcuffs on her. She thought it was foreplay. And then the next thing you know, she's off to prison.
What had she done wrong?
She was insider trading.
No.
Yeah.
Get out.
No, that's right.
Well, so did you divorce her, or?
Well, I told her I would wait for her, but she insisted that I just go on without her.
Okay, so how many times have you been married?
Well, let's see. There was Ella Louise, and there was Ella May, and Ella Renee, Ella Jo, Ella Maria, and then there was Ella Clarabelle. She was great fun. They dropped the Ella off of her name for the stage name, but she was a great clown. We loved clowning around. It was great. We would take trips together, and she had kind of a little car. I mean, it would be like, she would come and just dive in that car. We'd be like 17 clowns in there with us, and we'd take trips. It was wonderful.
Wow.
That was one of the most exciting marriages of all.
But you know what's so interesting, Lawyer Ed?
What's that?
Is that all of your wives were named Ella.
That's right. They were. It was easy to remember their names. And I guess I always just wanted a little bit of the Ella in my life,
Oh, how sweet. Yeah. That's very sweet of you.
Hey. Well, enough about me. Let's talk about this will, Aunt Ella was very, very fond of you. She saw a lot of herself in you. She She saw a lot of the spit and vinegar. She saw a lot of the pioneer spunk. And, you know, you remind me a lot of her. A lot of her. Why don't you just sidle right up here beside me and let's hop right over here into Uncle Ed's lap and let's look at this will.